Hi everyone, welcome back. So, so today we will be starting our journey to learn something called lean product development. Now, in this channels, we have a dedicated playlist where we learn about the product development, and that was basically chapters from a specific book. But I just personally feel that maybe we haven't learned uh, from it. It is better to learn the whole thing in a different perspective, a little bit different perspective from a customer's point of view, what they need and how product can be developed from that end. And that's why I choose this particular topic, lean product development. And in fact, a lot of us know what is lean product mean, and this is because it's a very popular concept. And of course, I'm not adding these videos or this video and the subsequent video on the same topic on the product development playlist, but rather I will put into the market research for product development, because I just feel that that part of the learning where we are using that particular book, there maybe the emphasis is not too much on the I mean, yeah, I mean that's a good learning, but certainly the emphasis was lacking. I mean, we all have, I mean, again, I mean, we are predominantly an academic community, but there are of course people in our group who are from industry, and they want to know, or maybe startups and young entrepreneurs, so they want to know what to build actually. And so one of the basic question all are faced actually is whether, I mean, I can build this thing, but whether it will work or not in the market, that's the big question. And I think to answer that and to learn that whole process itself is basically you need to learn the market and unmet need of the customer, etc. So that's why I thought, like, this kind of series would be interesting for us as a community. So I started, I mean, took this initiative, and let's hope you will learn from it and enjoy this content. So let's get started. Now, so as I think is one of the important question for as an entrepreneur is always is that why a certain product fails and other product remains or sees the success of the market. So the building great products is hard actually. We know that. We are all familiar with the sobering statistics about high percentage of new product that fail. So for every Apple, Google and Facebook, other success story you hear, there are countless failed products causing companies to shutter their doors. Actually, that's very much a harsh reality. And the question always in front of all of us is that how do we invest, because it's an investment in terms of money, in terms of your career time, etc. You can always go back and do a job under a company or in private public sector, and there is no headache into that. But building a product and building your own business is always a big responsibility, because you can slip and you can fail and you can lose time and etc. Sometimes we enjoy this process, but maybe for a lot of us actually it is not that an enjoyment process, because we can be financially in a very precarious situation. So when we analyze the root cause of why product fails, a common pattern emerges. The main reason product fails is because they don't meet customer needs in a way that is better than other alternatives. This is the essence of the concept called product market fit. So this is actually a concept coined by a person called Mark Andreessen in 2007. So yeah, so we'll learn about that, and depending on that he proposed this concept of lean product development. So that is the aim of our video, this video and the subsequent videos in the same playlist. Yeah, so the point is, okay, so we get the idea, the product market fit and all these things. So but many people get excited when they first hear lean startup ideas and are eager to try them out. However, I have spoken, I mean, here I'm reading from the author itself. So again, I mean, as usual, these contents are generated from a book, and I will of course give you the link of the book at the end of the video and also in this description section. So however, I have spoken with many of these enthusiasts who struggle to figure out exactly what they should be doing. They understand the high level concept but do not understand how to apply the main thing, that the lean product development process, that how you go through a certain structured process so that you have a better product to market fit actually. This content is basically about, we learn that. And so now let's understand what is product market fit pyramid looks like. So in the figure you can see and get the idea that the framework which we call the product market fit pyramid breaks product market fit down into 5 key components: your target customer, your customers under undeserved needs, your value proposition, your feature set, and your user experience, UX. Something that we always hear in LinkedIn or lots of time, the user experience, UX designer, etc., etc., various fancy terminologies. Each of these is actually a testable hypothesis. There is a logical sequence to 5 hypotheses based on how they relate to each other, resulting in the hierarchy shown in the pyramid. And the lean product development process basically addresses this. If you follow that, then you have a better chance of making this fit better actually, that you produce or you build or you invent something which is potentially can be successful in the market. Of course, there are a lot of other parameters, lot of we never know, but this is a very interesting concept to learn and implement in our entrepreneurship or inventive processes. So after developing the product market fit, we designed a simple iterative process to take advantage of it, called the lean product process. So as I'm talking, this process guides you through each layer of pyramid from the bottom up. It helps you articulate and test your key hypotheses for each of the 5 key components of the product market fit. So the lean product development process has 6 steps. First is determine your target customer. Second is identify the undeserved customer needs. 3 is the define your value proposition. 4 is specify your minimum viable product MVP feature set. 5 is create your MVP prototype. 6 is test your MVP with customers. So here you can see, rather than focusing on the technology and this is a fancy thing and let's build something, and then thinking that okay, so how do this kind of can be packaged so that it will meet certain need of certain customer in certain part of the world. So here it takes a bottom-up approach where you go to the customer or you read or listen to the customer and try to come up with understand their need and then come up with the solution, and then try to harvest or shop the technology or develop a certain thing within your company or academic lab, so something like that. So we will be learning about this in our video, and today's video would be mostly to build up the introductory part of that, and then subsequently we'll learn through all these lean development processes, each chapter in each week, and hopefully that will help us to build better product. So yeah. Okay, so now let's spend some time to understand the pyramid in a much detailed way. So my definition of product market fit, which is consistent with the actual definition by the particular person who coined, is That is that you have built a product that creates significant customer value. This means that your product meets real customer needs and does so in a way that is better than the alternatives. Some people interpret product market fit much more broadly, going beyond the core definition to also include having a validated revenue model, that is, can successfully monetize your product. For other, product market fit also includes having a cost-effective customer acquisition. Such definition basically equate product market fit with having a profitable business. I believe using product market fit is another way of saying profitable, glosses over the essential aspect of the idea, which can stand on its own. So yeah. So in business, there is a distinction between creating value and capturing value. In order to capture value, you must first create it. To be clear, topics such as business model, customer acquisition, marketing, pricing are critical as to a successful business. Each is also worthy on its own separate discussion. This video or this subsequent videos will touch on this subject, and you can use the qualitative and quantitative techniques in its to improve the aspect of product development. So if you are trying to achieve a product market fit, a definition alone doesn't give you enough guidance. That is why I created an actionable framework called product market fit pyramid, shown in figure here. This hierarchical model decomposes product market into 5 key components, each a layer of pyramid. Your product is on the top section, consisting of 3 layers. The market is the bottom section of the pyramid, consisting of 2 layers. Within the product market sections, each layer depends on the layer immediately beneath it. Product market fit lies between the top and the bottom section of the product market fit lies between the top and bottom section of the pyramid. That means how those 2 sections, the orange and the blue, fits with each other. So that's more like the proper definition of the pyramid or product market fit here. Now again here I will be repeating myself, but in a more detailed way I'll try to explain the concepts. First, very basic thing, that what do we mean by market? So given the pyramid's hierarchy, let's start with the bottom section, which is the market. A market consists of all the existing potential customers that share a particular customer need or set of related needs. For example, all people in the United States who need to prepare their income taxes are in the US tax preparation market. You can describe the size of a market by the total number of customers in the market or the total revenue generated by those customers. For either of those 2 measures, you can refer to the current size or potential future size of the market. Different customers within a market choose different solutions to meet their needs. For example, some customers in the tax preparation market may use a professional service such as H&R Block. Others may choose to prepare their tax themselves, either by hand or by using software such as TurboTax. Within a given market, you can analyze the market share of each competing product, that is, what percentage of the market each product has. For example, you could compare the smartphone market share of Apple versus Samsung, or you could segment the smartphone market by operating system, iOS, Android, and so forth. Browsers are another example where the market shares of each different products are closely watched. Many of the products you see, such as milk, egg, and bread, are in relatively mature market with little innovation or change. That being said, new markets do emerge. For example, Fabrizi basically created, so this is a particular product author is talking about, basically created its own market with a new product that eliminates odor from fabrics without washing them. Prior to its launch, that market didn't exist. you also see active competition in many markets, with companies trying to gain market share through product innovation. The product market fit pyramid separates the market into its two distinct components: the target customers and their needs. The needs layer is above the target customer layer in the model because it is their needs that are relevant to achieving product market fit. As you try to create value for customers, you want to identify the specific need that correspond to a good market opportunity. For example, you probably do not want to enter a market where customers are extremely happy with how the existing solution meet their needs. When you develop a new product or improve an existing product, you want to address customer needs that aren't adequately met. That is why I use undeserved needs as the label for this layer. Customers are going to judge your product in relation to the alternatives, so the relative degree to which your product meets their needs depends on the competitive landscape. Let's move on to the product section of the pyramid. Now here, a product is a specific offering intended to meet a set of customer needs. From this definition, it is clear that the concept of product market fit applies to services as well as products. The typical distinction between a product and service is that a product is a physical good while a service is intangible. However, with products delivered via the web and mobile devices, the distinction between product and service has been blurred, as indicated by the popular term software as a service, SaaS. For software, the product itself is a tangible code, often running on servers that the customer never sees. The real-world manifestation of the software products that customers sees and use is the user experience, which is the top layer of the product market fit pyramid. Beyond software, this is also true for any product with which the customer interacts. The UX is what brings a product's functionality to the life for the user. The functionality that a product provides consists of multiple features, each built to meet a customer need. Taken together, they form the product's feature set, which is the layer just below the user experience or UX layer here. To decide which feature to build, you need to identify the specific customer needs your product should address. In doing so, you want to determine how your product will be better than the other in the market. This is the essence of product strategy. The set of needs that you aspire to meet with your product forms your value proposition, which is the layer just below feature set and in the product market pyramid. Your value proposition is also the layer just above customer needs and fundamentally determines how well the needs addressed by your product match up with customers. Taken together, three layers of value proposition, feature set, and UX define your product. So in the figure, your product and the market are separate section of the product market fit pyramid. Your goal is to creating customer value. Your goal in creating customer value is to make them fit nicely together. Now here I would say a example will be very good to understand this concept more easily. A great example of a product that achieved product market fit while entering an already crowded market is Intuit's Quicken personal finance software. So Intuit is a company and they launched a software called Quicken, which is a personal finance software. So it has certain design. So the co-founder had a hypothesis that a checkbook pass design would do well since everyone at the time was familiar with writing a checks. This hypothesis proved right. The user experience they built using the checkbook conceptual design resonate with customers, and Quicken rapidly become the leading personal finance software. So this is actually, I think, it's a long ago. The story belongs to not recent story. And what they are trying to say here is that that okay, so my customers, they are used to do the financing, the personal financing by hand, etc. Okay, so daily this much I spend, etc. At the month end how much spent, etc. So now of course we can talk about building a software, and okay, so these are the tables and etc, blah blah blah. But from a customer point of view, they want this transformation from writing something down on and then of course and going into the computer, and so they want this transformation to be smooth actually. So what the product development team has this, specifically here the co-founder of the company, or maybe the anyway, that doesn't matter. So they have this hypothesis, okay, so with the feature of the software has to be something that there, it has to have this checkbook like user interface, like, and that worked, and that's the reason why the software was the leading, become the leading user, or it was sold, like, it competed well with the other competitor, the similar software. So that's the example here. And again, so I'm showing you the same lean product development process steps, and with that I'm showing you the figure here. So so again, so I'm giving the hint here, what is exactly the lean product development process. Not hint, but like, of course I have explained it, the steps, but here I'm saying a little bit more, that here you have to go iteratively, like after after finishing the one step iteration, that means from the bottom of the pyramid to understand the target market and target customer, and then their need, etc, and value proposition, and what is the product that you, and then you test with that product with the customer again. So you go back again and follow up with, let's say, some group of customers and try to get the feedback, and then you iterate again and again. So that's the essence of lean product process. So I'm giving you the whole story, of what actually lean product development process is. And of course the question is, why do you then want to listen to the later part of the videos, or next video and subsequent videos? So of course, because we will be discussing each thing in a much more detailed way, because there is, of course, that we can always say that okay, so you need to learn the market, or you need to learn what is the target customer. But then that is easy to say, but I think for people like us who are not trained on this kind of things, so we always will find it to be difficult, like which source to look for. So that also will so we'll learn that in subsequent videos. So that's what yeah. Okay, so this will be the last slide, and before we go into the main topics, that means the lean product development processes, the 6 step each after other, so it would be good to know an interesting concept of problem space versus solution space from a product development point of view. And yeah, so very interesting concept. And so the idea here is that okay, so let's take an example first, which is the example of a space pen, the pen that is used in space. When NASA was preparing to send astronauts into space, they knew that the ballpoint pens would not work because they rely on gravity in order for the ink to flow. One of NASA's contractor, Fisher Pen Company, decided to pursue a research and development program to create a pen that would work in zero gravity of space. After spending $1 million of his own money, the company's president, Paul Fisher, invented the space pen in 1965, a wonderful piece of technology that works great in zero gravity. Faced with the same challenge, the Russian space agency equipped their astronauts with pencils. You can actually buy a Russian space pen, which is just a cleverly packed red pencil. This story shows the risk of jumping into the solution space prematurely and the advantage of starting the problems in this problem space. If we constrain our thinking to a pen that works in zero gravity, we may not consider creative, less expensive solutions such as a pencil. In contrast, having a clear understanding of the problem space allows for a wider range of creative solutions that potentially offer a higher return to investment. If the pencil and space pen were equally adequate solution, then avoiding $1 million of research and development cost would clearly be the preferable alternative. To avoid fixating on pen-based solution, we could rephrase the space problem problem space as a writing instrument that works in zero gravity that would allow for a pencil as a solution, but that is still anchored on a writing instrument solution. We can do even better than that, which is a way to record notes in zero gravity for later reference that is easy to use. So you can see that one of the first step of any product development is this brainstorming and thinking, and there also you can see that there is a lot of things you can learn, that you can get fixated into the solution that or making it fancy, etc., and forgetting about what is exactly the problem in reality in a real way actually. So that problem space statement would allow for more creative solutions such as voice recording with playback. In fact, considering out-of-the-box solution ideas can help you refine your problem space definition, even if they aren't feasible. In this case, the voice recorder would probably not be a good solution as a space pen. It would need a power source and require playback to refer to the notes again, which would be less convenient than being able to scan and read them. But undergoing this thought exercise would allow us to further refine our problems space definition to a way to record notes in zero gravity for convenient reference later on that is easy to use, is inexpensive, and doesn't require an external power source. So indeed, the conclusion that NASA came to turned out to be the conclusion that NASA came to be turned out. What I'm trying to mean is that I'm taking this story, of course, but of course I'm not mocking NASA, something like that. There are, of course, some issues with the pencil, graphite pencil, where we know that the graphite is a conductor, and the tip of the graphite can break away, and then it can go inside the astronaut nose and etc., and go inside some circuitry, who knows. So that's always in use. It's good to use a professional something, but the problem is, the example here is a very interesting example from which we can learn the difference of problem space and solution space, and the tendency of going into the solution space straight away is a bad thing actually, because then you are not thinking in a more inclusive or more broader term actually. Let's take another example. So this example highlights another advantage of clear problem space thinking, having a more accurate understanding of the market in which your product is really competing. Those of us in the audience were narrowly thinking in solution space of the tax preparation software market as defined by the two main software products. Scott was thinking in Scott means basically some person in the company or maybe co-founder was thinking in a problem space of the broader tax preparation market. On that would also include tax accountant to whom customer delegate their tax preparation. As the previous chapter discusses, a market is a set of relative customer needs which rest squarely in uh, problem space. A market is not tied to any specific solution that meet those needs. That is why you see market disruption when a new type of product solution space, that means solution space, better meets the market need, that means the problem space. New technology can often enable a market disruption to deliver similar benefit at a much lower cost. Voice over Internet Protocol is a great example of a disruptive technology that has replaced traditional telephone service. At first, sound quality of voice over Internet Protocol calls could not compare to that of traditional phone lines, but the cost was so much lower that it offered a superior solution for much of the telephone market. Now, it is important that we understand the what and how. As a product manager, uh, uh, you have to write detailed product requirement that stay in the problem space without getting into the solution space. We were trained, I mean, you need to train to first focus on what the product needed to accomplish for the customer before getting into the how the product would accomplish it. So again, I'm trying to explain the same concept but in different way. So you often hear strong product team distinguishing between the what versus and how. The what describes the benefit of the product, should give the customer what the product will accomplish for the user or allow the user to accomplish, and the how is the way in which the product delivers the what to the customer. The how is the design of the product and the specific technology used for implement the product. What is the problem space and how is this solution space. Now, outside in product development is bad concept where you basically don't go outside into the customer and you try to think that okay, so this is the solution, and it's a very bad thing to do. A failure to gain clear understanding of the problem space before proceeding to the solution space is prevalent in many companies and teams that practice this inside out product development, where inside refer to the company and outside refers to the customer of the and the market. In such teams, the genesis of product ideas is what one or more employees think would be good to build. They do not test the idea with customer to verify if the product would solve actual customer needs, and that's bad thing. In contrast, outside in product development starts with an understanding of the customer's problem space by talking with the customers to understand their needs as well as what they like and doesn't like about existing solution. So lean product development will articulate and hypothesize what the customer based on the customer feedback and on whatever the early design of the product that they had created, and that's how the lean product development basically is an outside in product development process. So here you can see in this figure I have shown the orange now, or the first two part is actually belongs to the solution space, and the three layers, the bottom three layer belongs to the problem space. So that is what again bringing back this concept into this same pyramid figure that I am discussing. So let's read it from the author itself. The customers are also not likely to serve you their problem space needs on a silver platter. So what we are trying to discuss here is that okay, so we want to discuss things with the customer, but that's also not very easy or not very convenient that you go to the customer and they will tell that okay, so we need this, because the problem is they don't think from the technological point of view, they think from the solution or point of view. So you need to take the feedback and try to think in a more broader terms, so not like just take their feedback as it is and try to implement from their own, not like that. So it is hard for them to talk about abstract benefit and the relative importance of each. and when they do, it is often fraught with inaccuracies. It is therefore the product team's jobs to unearth these needs and define the problem space. One way is to interview customers and observe them using existing products. Such techniques are called contextual inquiry or customer discovery. You can observe you can observe what pain points they run into even if they do not explicitly mention them to you. You can ask them what they like and do not like about current solution. As you form hypotheses about the customer needs and their relative importance, you can validate and improve your hypothesis using these techniques. The reality is that customers are much better at giving you feedback in the solution space. If you show them a new product or design, they can tell you what they like and do not like. They can compare it to other solutions and identify pros and cons. Having solutions-based discussion with customers is much more fruitful than trying to explicitly discuss the problem space with them. The feedback you gather in solution space actually help you test and improve your problem space hypothesis. The best problem space learning often comes from feedback you receive from customers on the solution space artifacts you have created. Problem space and solution space are an integral part of the product market fit pyramid. As you can see in the figure, your product's feature set and user experience live in solution space. They are what customers can see and react to. Other three layers of the pyramid live in problem space. The important interface between problem space and solution space occur between your value proposition and your feature set. It is of course within your control to change your feature set and user experience as you like, unlike customers and their needs, which you can target but cannot change. Value proposition is the problem space layer over which you have the most control. So now we understand this important solution space and problem space concept from the product market fit pyramid point of view, and from next week we'll go into the step by sequential process of lean product development process. And yeah, okay, so that's it about today's video, and this is the book from where we are generating this content. So you can always read this book and get more detail about it, but I'm just trying to carve out the lean product development process content out of it, and of course there are a lot of other things into it, but mainly this is the book where you predominantly author tried to explain the lean product development process, and hopefully it will be good learning for us. So yeah, so that's it about today's video, and if you like then please subscribe to the channel, and yeah, so that's it. See you next time. Bye bye.